Good evening and welcome to In the Zone. Before we get started, I have to say happy birthday to the guy sitting next to me who turned 25 this week. I know he enjoyed his birthday, and several of our high school football teams in our area were hoping to keep enjoying their seasons tonight.
Quarter century. Some of our teams I thought might score 100 points tonight.
Yes,
yes. High-scoring games. Vincennes, Lincoln, Linton, North Central, and North Vermillion all looking to keep their perfect seasons going. Terre, Haute, North, and Northview entered Week 3 1-1 on the season. Both the Patriots and Knights rallied from halftime deficits last week to pick up their first wins of the year. Another birthday boy, Calvin Blank, and the Patriots hosting the Knights this evening, already up 27-0 in the second quarter and adding to it. Chris Barrett flips the screen pass to Charles Dillahunt.
That kid is fast.
Good luck catching that guy. Dillahunt flying away from the defense, and the Patriots go up by 34. Still the first half, same score, and North going to the ground. Ricky babbling Brookins with a sick cutback, and he's gone 57 yards to the end zone, but Brookins was just getting going. Second half, North driving. Watch a nice defensive play here by Jesse Miller. He can play linebacker.
Yes, he can. He's a great player for Northview.
He strings out the run, makes a great tackle on the backfield, but everything going right for North tonight. The snap goes over Barrett's head. Guess who's there to gobble it up? Sing it with me. Hey, Ricky, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Ricky. That score made it 48-0.
We like Ricky around here. We like the name Ricky around here.
Knights going for it on fourth down. Tucker Stewart scrambles, but Ethan Barrett in hot pursuit makes the play to force the turnover. More ground game from North. The give this time to Austin Barron. Just a sophomore, flies right by our camera. He dives for the pylon. Looks like a score.
Touchdown?
Wasn't.
Oh.
He was ruled out on the 2, but they go right back to him around the edge. Running hard. Look at him finish it for the run. Pick up the touchdown. All North. 55-0. They beat Northview, moved to 2-1 on the season.
Congrats to North. After falling in the Victory Bell game last week, this week definitely a gut check time for Terre Haute South, who they didn't play to their potential 1 week ago against Terre Haute North. The Braves needing a win before they begin the tough mid-conference schedule next week. Tonight, Terre Haute South was at Vincennes, Lincoln. Last week in the Victory Bell game, Tyler Seibert was held in check. South made sure they got the ball in number 3 hands tonight. He had 130 yards of total offense. South facing 4th and 12. Danny Etling, 17 yards, and Nick Keller. The Purdue-bound Etling threw for 208 yards. He had 2 TDs in the game. Seibert had 2 rushing TDs in the game. His first one here puts the Braves up 7-0. Alice's QB Connor Barmas here, who is the cousin to former Vincennes Lincoln great and current Pittsburgh Pirates shortstop Clint Barmas, goes 14 yards for a first down. Speaking of Pirates, they took 2 or 3 recently from your Cardinals, Ross. Same drive. Barmas goes to the air, doesn't throw this high enough. Braves DB Timmy Herron, who's 6'4", gets the interception. Hard to throw over a 6'4" guy. South offense, though, in the first half at a sink. Ensuing drive, Braves cough up the football. Barmas scoops it up, but he steps out of balance after that, so that is over. But Vincennes Lincoln gets the ball back. The Braves offense would get it going in the second half. South scores 27 points after the break to win 34-0. The Braves move to 2-1 on the season. 2 blowout wins by North Central has seen the T-Birds move up to 5th in the state in the Class 1A polls. The T-Birds hosted Tecumseh. North Central trailing 7-6 late first half. T-Birds defense making a play. Jordan Kate-on with the INT. He returns it to the Tecumseh 24-yard line. A couple plays later, Dylan Bailey, the QB sneak right up the gut of the Tecumseh defense. Touchdown T-Birds. North Central takes the lead at 12-7, going for 2. Mike James takes the toss. Number 9 is putting 2 on the board for the team in green as he rolls into the end zone. North Central actually trailed 15-14 at the break. They score all the points in the second half, outscoring Tecumseh 15-0. North Central remains unbeaten on the season. They win 29-15. Union, fresh off their first win of the season last week, hosted Indiana Death. Dogs rushing the passer. They get to the QB as they record the sack, and they throw him to the ground. Union gets the ball. Daryl Faulkner looking like Marshall Falk. He turns on the afterburners going into the end zone. Mentioning Marshall Falk has to bring back good glory days for your Rams team, Ross. Too bad you can't say that now.
I wish it was a party like it's 1999, right?
Yes, Union wins by 20. Dogs have won 2 straight. Now, we still have plenty more games to get to. We'll check in on the unbeaten Linton Miners, who looked awesome tonight.
They usually do, right? We have all that action from Linton Green, Eastern Green, Sullivan, and Washington when In the Zone returns.
Hi, we're Northville cheerleaders, and you're watching In the Zone. And we'll be right back. Let's go! Woo!
Welcome back to In the Zone. After his team won 58-26 last week at Sullivan, Linton head coach Steve Weber told his Miners he was not happy with their performance and they have to fill some holes. I know coach is trying to keep his team focused, and I'm certainly no football coach, but come on, Coach Weber, your team is just crushing everybody right now. Linton tonight looking to move to 3-0. They hosted Wood Memorial. Look how easy it is for the Miners to score. Coy Kaiser jogging into the end zone. 5 TDs in the game for him. Man, I had my fantasy football draft Wednesday. I should have picked this kid.
First rounder.
Kaiser, a great all-around player. I drafted Matt Forte. I think he'd be better than Matt Forte. A great all-around player. On defense, he gets the pick, returns it inside the Wood Memorial 20-yard line. And then watch this. Last play of the first half, Wood Memorial throwing. Cole Bradbury says, tip, tip, hooray! As he returns the tipped INT to the house. That's when you know it's not your night. On the final play of the first half, you're throwing and get it taken to the house. Linton rolls 61-6. Coach Weber, I know you're watching. I hope you're a little happier with this win by your Miners. Eastern Green, the T-Birds hosted North Davies. First quarter, North Davies DB Logan Turpin playing a great center field. He intercepts the errant pass. Turpin is wearing orange, but he has a lot of green in front of him. Goodbye, touchdown Cougars. Colton Longaker just ran wild against the Eastern Green defense. The North Davies running back runs through the T-Birds D for one of his 5 TDs in the game. Ross, I think you might want to add Longaker to your fantasy team.
Another fantasy juggernaut. I went wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver against all rules.
Eastern Green has a player I'm rooting for. His name is Jared Groomer. He suffered a major knee injury a couple of years ago. Look at him now. He's a stud. Groomer, 31 yards, and he dances down the sidelines here into the promised land. Eastern Green wins a shootout tonight. The final, Eastern Green 42, North Davies 39. Ross, I'll send it over to you.
Thanks, Rick. We know Sullivan has opened with 2 tough games, but the Golden Arrows are expecting a big year. They haven't started the way we thought they would. Sullivan are on the road tonight looking for their first win of the season. Sullivan at North Knox. Spartans pumped up out of the gate. Down in the red zone, Tyler Mundy rolls out and completes a pass to Austin Miller. Miller looking like an acrobat, but the Sullivan defense would bend but not break on the play. The Spartans couldn't score. Wasn't scoreless for long. Payne Fortner throws a bullet into the flat. Michael Hutchcraft does the rest. Hutchcraft tiptoes the sideline for the score. Buck 93 and 2 scores for Fortner. Another part of a potent Arrows offense, Brooks Wesley on the ground. Look at this play. He breaks this one, a big part of his 122 tough yards, along with 2 scores. Sullivan goes on the road and picks up a win. They beat North Knox 20-6. Washington had a Big 8 conference road game at Princeton tonight. Hatchets looking for their first win of the season. It wouldn't be easy. Princeton strikes first from in close. The Tigers pick up the touchdown and the fans are pumped. Washington answers the bell. They go in and score on a goal line play of their own. You see there, the touchdown's good. But look at this play by Princeton. Their running back gets out in the flat. A high-scoring ball game, and the Tigers would come out on top. He would make it in for the touchdown on that play, 50-30. Princeton beats Washington. The Hatchets still looking for that first win of the year. We'll also make some stops at South Vermillion, Rockville, Riverton Park, Paris, and Red Hill
when In the Zone returns.
Welcome back to In the Zone. Now, we knew coming into the season North Vermillion had big-time talent on the offensive side. They'd score some points. So far, the Falcons haven't disappointed one bit. They scored 61 and 62 the first 2 weeks of the year. The 2-0 Falcons on the road tonight at Covington. This Falcons offense high-powered. Braden Woodard fakes the handoff here, gets around the edge. Once Woodard gets out in space, you might as well forget about it. He's on cruise control for 63 yards. The Falcons go up 14-0. More rushing for North Vermillion. This time Woodard gives to Ethan Lee. Watch Lee turn it upfield fast. Smile for the camera, Ethan. He's going right down the sideline. Nothing but green in front of him for the touchdown. Of course, this Falcons running attack couldn't be stopped tonight. This time, it's Cody Zumwalt coming right up the gut. He finishes it off strong. 148 yards, 3 scores for Zumwalt.
That's it?
Yeah, I know, right?
Over 200 last week.
They did have one slip-up in this game. Woodard drops back to pass. It's deflected into the arms of Cody Kuhn, who picks up the interception for Covington. Nice run back by Kuhn. But Woodard and company were not to be denied tonight. Check out the quarterback showing off his groove thing right here. Sick juke by Woodard. Forget it. 4 rushing touchdown and 214 yards on the ground.
That's it?
This offense went for 688 total yards.
Okay, that's a lot of offense.
They looked absolutely unstoppable on the way to a 68-7 win over Covington. South Vermillion hosted Owen Valley in a WIC showdown. Patriots striking first. A great rollout by Gunnar Raynard. He buys some time, an even better catch by Larry Schaefer. Look at him lay out for the touchdown. South Vermillion's offense trying to answer. Adam Crouch finds Logan Waldrop. Waldrop rumbles ahead for the first down, but Owen Valley goes to the ground game with Drew Bradley shrugging off tacklers on his way to the end zone. Get off me, he says. Owen Valley rolls over South Vermillion, 58-12, the final there. As good as Rockville has been lately, one team they've struggled with is South Putnam. The Rocks have dropped 3 straight against the Eagles. Tonight, Rockville was hoping to end that skid. They hosted South Putnam. Eagles looking to continue the trend, building on it here. Second half, Brandon Smith making moves with the football, zooming through the middle of the field. He picks up the touchdown. Rocks offense trying to hang tight. Drake Spangler picking up some tough yardage up the gut, but it wouldn't be enough. South Putnam picks up the win. They shut out the Rocks 27-0. Tough game for Riverton Park. They hosted Class 2A 11th ranked Fountain Central. Trailing 7-0 in the first quarter, the Mustangs going to the air. Kobe Pierce to Tyler Depew in the stride for the touchdown. That made it a 2-score game. This Fountain Central team is just really good all the way around. On the ground this time, it's Michael Doan taking it up the sidelines to the house. This score makes it 21-0 Mustangs. They go on to win it 65-6, and the Panthers fall to 0-3.
Over in Illinois, after a win or 3-6 season in 2011, the Paris Tigers opened the 2012 season last week with a 19-13 win over Cumberland. Tonight, Paris was looking to move to 2-0. Paris down big in the second half, but they pick up a big tackle for a loss. Same drive, the Tigers defense comes up with a much-needed turnover. Abe Norman at the bottom of the pile recovers the fumble here. Johnny on the spot. Good play for the good guys. Unfortunately, that was one of the few bright spots for Paris tonight, while Sika wins at Paris 49-21. We had a little Illini showdown at Red Hill as the Salukis hosted Robinson. Maroons ball, and Ross, you ready for this? Follow this closely. You'll never believe it. Robinson QB Austin Stevens coughs up the football as lineman Nicholas Jovanic picks up the football. Look at the big fella head to the promised land. Every lineman's dream, scoring a touchdown.
Look how pumped he is.
Salukis go to the air. Dalton Murray, the swing pass. Red Hill would pick up the first down, but they really struggled to move the ball. Robinson defense pitches a shutout tonight. Can't read the route much better than Austin Wick does there as he takes it back to the house. Robinson picks up the win 27-0. Time now for our Sports 10 Spirit Award for tonight. We start with the fans in Paris going crazy. South Vermillion fans, they're cheering their team on. Terre Haute North fans, you were there, Ross.
They looked good in the neon. They were pumped up, ready to go, and they saw a good game.
And Linton fans, they are always going crazy. Now, a couple of things we take from tonight's ball games. Terre Haute North and Terre Haute South, they go into the MIC. Never easy, but they're both 2-1 and have to have some confidence going into the MIC.
Absolutely. You know, North especially tonight, their offense just rolled all night long. I was at that game. They were scoring at will whenever they touched it and went on to win by more than 50. So a good game by North. However, you got to remember Warren Central up 66 points at halftime tonight over Lawrence North. So quite the impressive team up there, Warren Central.
And South, no coincidence, the 2 best games Tyler Seibert's played this year, 2 games they won. So
he's an absolute
I know Danny Etling is great.
on the outsides.
Seiber get the ball in his hands. So
he can fly.
Big weekend this weekend. Tomorrow, Sports 10, I will be over in Bloomington for the big ISU at IU ball game. We'll have complete highlights Saturday and throughout the weekend. Go Sycamores. That does it for in the